Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Power Plays and Straight A's by Finley and Saxon James, narrated by Alexander Cendese and Iggy Toma. Disclaimers. This is a work of fiction. Colchester University is a fictional college that has a rivalry with a real college, the University of Vermont. The relationship and animosity between them is completely made up. This in no way reflects the author's real thoughts or feelings toward the University of Vermont, nor does it depict actual actions of any UVM students. UVM is depicted in a purely fictitious manner. While we stuck as close as we could to the NCAA guidelines and rules in regards to hockey, we took creative freedom with some small details because, again, fiction. Fiction is supposed to be fun, and sometimes real-life rules want to shit on that. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents are either the products of the author's imaginations or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Chapter 1. Foster. As soon as I walk through the front door of my childhood home, I'm being yelled at. It lives! Welcome home. I throw my brother a middle finger while I dump my bag of laundry on the ground next to the kitchen. Some of us don't get summer vacations. Seth stands from the couch in our parents' living room, the floorboards creaking as he makes his way over to me while I pull orange juice out of the fridge and drink from the carton. Correction, Seth says. You could have a summer vacation, but you choose not to. Also, I drank out of that 5 seconds ago. You're totally drinking my backwash. I practically choke and have to fight to keep juice from coming out my nose. Seth laughs. We shared a womb. A little spit won't kill you. And you wonder why I don't come home more over the summer? I stayed on campus with half the team and helped our coaches run the Colchester University summer hockey camp to scout for promising high school players. Since Colchester is a Division I school, the competition to get into the camp is fierce. Making sure the kids vying for next year's spots don't kill each other is a full-time job. Plus, it's an excuse to play hockey year-round, and what moron would pass that up? Seth takes a seat on a stool at the kitchen counter. I need a favor. I eye my brother, my twin, supposedly. We're not identical, and not only because I keep my hair short on the sides and meticulously styled up top, while he has unruly hair that sits loose around his neck. Our bone structure is different. I have a square jaw, his is rounder. He has a cleft in his chin, and I don't. His eyes are even a lighter shade of brown than mine. We're the same height, but I have the physique of an athlete. Seth looks and dresses like a librarian. People can tell we're brothers, but they're generally taken aback when we tell them we're twins. Seth blinks at me, waiting for me to say yes to this so-called favor, no questions asked. I'm not agreeing to anything before you tell me what it is. I'm not that dumb. I lower my voice. Any more? Seth laughs. So you know Zach, my bestest friend in the whole world? The name catches my interest. Where is your shadow? You two are usually joined at the hip. He flew home for the last week of break to see his parents before he starts his grad program. I scoff. Ha! Overachiever. Zach is our age, but he took so many extra courses over the last few semesters he graduated an entire year early. He's a little awkward and a lot cute. He has a major nerd vibe going on, which apparently my dick likes a lot. But Seth made it clear I wasn't allowed any of those thoughts when they became roommates and friends freshman year at the University of Vermont. He called dibs in the friendship sense. Sweet little 2 minutes older than me Seth is straight as an arrow. Those 2 minutes are more important than people think. Twins are born on the same day at the same time, but the oldest still has privileges the second-born doesn't. In our case, our mom and dad named us after their mutual friend who'd set them up, meaning my brother scored the guy's normal everyday first name, and I got his last name. Foster. It's Australian for beer. Want to take a guess how many times I heard that growing up? Fucking countless. Pair that with our last name, Grant, and if it's not beer jokes, I get Foster Grant sunglasses remarks. Our parents didn't really think that one through. So, the favor. Get to the point faster, Seth. Well, the thing is, his grad program isn't at the University of Vermont. Where is it? Seth avoids eye contact. Colchester? My school? He thinks he's got what it takes to be a mountain lion? Mom and Dad wanted Seth and me to go to the same college. The best we could do was rival colleges in the same town. And when I say rival, I mean not even frenemies. The hate is strong between our campuses. Colchester is newer and bigger. UVM is stupid. Colchester offered him housing and tuition, and he doesn't give a shit about sports, so it doesn't matter if he's a catamount or a mountain lion. Which, by the way, are both types of cougar. How original of your school to choose a mascot that's basically the same. Catamounts are extinct, I mutter, like most of the professors on your campus. Seth sighs. He's never been big on school spirit. I was hoping you'd keep an eye out for Zach on campus and, be his friend. Oh, how the tables have turned. Sorry, can't. That goes against the stay away warning you gave me the first time I ever met him. I don't know which rule to follow, Seth. You're still not allowed to hit on him. My gaze darts around the open-plan kitchen and living room and toward the hallway down to Mom and Dad's bedroom. They're not here, Seth says. But that does raise another point. Ugh. He's going to bring up the whole telling them I'm bi thing. Again. My argument that I'm waiting to be in a relationship with a guy for it to even matter to them was vetoed when Seth found out I was seeing a guy last year. I had to explain to my poor, naive brother there's a difference between dating someone and fucking someone. He hasn't brought it up since. Until now. Why does Zach need a friend? I change subjects, hoping he will drop the conversation about me coming out. You mean apart from the obvious? The obvious? I know what he's saying, but I'm playing dumb. Zach is adorably nerdy, but ultimately unapproachable. During the handful of conversations I've had with the guy over the last 3 years, he's either given one-word answers or rambled about some obscure topic. If it was up to him, he'd never go out or talk to anyone. He'd spend all his time in his room studying. Oh, the horror. Someone looking out for their future. It's not healthy, and he knows no one at Colchester. He's 21. He should be adept at making friends by now. Have you met him? It's not that I don't like the guy or that it'd be too hard to be friendly with him, but I won't exactly have time this year to play hero. That's my brother's forte. He was the same all throughout school. He'd find the loneliest kid and befriend them. It's admirable, but fuck, I spent most of my childhood trying to fit in a box that felt too small for me. I'm the selfish brother. I need to focus on hockey this year, plain and simple. I can't see myself chasing after some nerd, no matter how cute he is, and no matter how many times I've jerked off to him over the last 3 years. Seth wanted me to stay away from him, so I have. He can't go changing the rules on me now, especially when I can't be distracted this year. Nothing can come between me and hockey. End of story. But then my brother averts his gaze, and I get the feeling there's more to this. What aren't you telling me? I ask. Nothing. Seth's voice is all high-pitched. I lean on the counter, bringing our faces closer. I know when my brother is lying. It's obvious in the way he refuses to look at me. Liar. Okay, fine. He had a bit of trouble with some guys on campus last year. What kind of trouble? The growl that comes out of me is completely involuntary. Juvenile stuff, mostly. How surprising coming from UVM students. Don't start. So what, some guys were picking on him? What is this, high school? I figured if you saw anyone hassling him, you could maybe help him out. But I forgot how proud you Colchester jocks are. Forget I said anything. Sorry for trying to look out for my friend. Damn it, now I feel guilty. He doesn't even need to ask me. I might not be the type of guy to actively seek out those who need help like my brother does, but if I saw someone harassing Zach, or anyone for that matter, I'm not the type of asshole who would sit back and not do something about it. I'm a hockey player. One NHL bound, hopefully. We're not known for backing down from a fight. We're usually the first to run toward one. But that doesn't mean I can't use this situation to my advantage. My gaze goes to my weekly laundry sitting by the front door. Okay, I'll look out for your friend. If you do my laundry. Seth looks horrified. All your sweaty hockey socks? Take it or leave it. I stand to my full height and head for the stairs up to my old room. Seth doesn't let me even reach the first step. Fine. Deal. I keep walking while I try to hide my face-splitting grin.
Chapter 2. Zach. Sweet Jesus, why is this school so big? I check the map on my phone to make sure I'm heading in the correct direction when I notice the dorm now seems farther away than when I started. Either the girl who gave me directions at dorm registration doesn't know the difference between left and right, or I took a wrong turn somewhere. Before I can get frustrated, I turn on the spot and drag my suitcase back in the other direction. It bumps along the tree-lined path. Normally, I'd take advantage of the detour, observe the lay of the land, so to speak. But the campus at Colchester University is nothing like the beautiful one I'm used to at UVM. Here, everything is all angles and glass, and the few brick buildings I've passed have been painted obnoxious colors. I'm tempted to think the transfer from UVM to CU was a bad idea, but that's only because of the lingering influence of my family visit. As much as I love my parents, I go home as little as possible because Mom's worrying drives the rational right from my brain. It was a relief to pack my things and leave again. Then I arrived at the airport. First, I was charged for excess baggage because Mom insisted I take everything I could possibly need, which would include the kitchen sink if it were up to her. On the plane, I was lucky enough to get seated next to a young mother with a baby/puke machine that cried the whole time. It would have been fine if I'd had my noise-canceling headphones with me, but apparently they were the one thing I hadn't packed. Then this woman asked me to hold her baby while she went to the bathroom. First of all, who does that? I don't know anything about babies, especially screaming ones. And suddenly people were looking at me to shut this thing up. I'm certain she was in the restroom crying over her life choices because she took forever. If we weren't in a tin can with no chance of escape, I would have worried about her not coming back. The literal icing on my day was when this baby, still crying and red-faced, got so worked up it threw up all over me. This thick, white, milky kind of vomit, which I can still smell. I try to focus on the positives in life, but the only positive thing about that flight was getting off the plane once we landed. Until some blind old lady ran her suitcase over my foot at baggage claim. So, I have a bruised foot, smell like puke, can't find my new dorm, and I take a deep breath before I start feeling overwhelmed. Can I get a do-over, please? I shake my head and give a small laugh. I can still turn this around. A bad morning does not have to equal a terrible day. Positive, Zach. Like my private room, my TA position, the fact I'm here alone with no Seth as my security blanket, and no one to treat me like I'm incapable. And the biggest positive of all, there is absolutely no reason for me to be on the radar of any primitive-minded jock. Yes, this will be fine. I know I'm heading in the right direction when I pass people carrying luggage, too. See? I can do this. I've found my way across campus without someone holding my hand. I can be a strong, independent, person. I let myself smile. My phone starts to ring as I reach Albany Hall at last, and I stop to fish it from my pocket before cradling it between my ear and shoulder. This is Zach. Are you always going to answer my calls like that? Seth's teasing voice loosens tension I wasn't aware I was carrying. I like to be prepared. You never know who's calling. You have caller ID. Well, I know that. But what if it's not you calling from your phone? It could be anyone. I want to sound professional. He starts to laugh. Who the hell else would be calling from my phone? Police? Lawyer? Angry ex-girlfriend? What if it's a concerned citizen because you've been in an accident? His answering silence is heavy with amusement. Let's get this straight. If I'm in an accident, your main concern is that you sound professional? You never know the emotional capacity of the person you're dealing with. In fact, I rarely know your emotional capacity. It definitely varies when I talk to you. I scowl. And now you're teasing me. How is CU? He smoothly changes the subject and I let it go. Grabbing my suitcase again, I drag it up each of the 4 stairs to the dorm entrance. It's different. Of course it is. Can you smell the pretentious assholes already? His faux innocence makes me laugh. I'm keeping an open mind. I'd expect nothing less. I reach for the door, but the handle doesn't budge. It's locked and there's no keyhole. Who on earth locks a dorm during the day? The day before school starts and... My gaze lands on the little black scanner. Right. I need my key card. Everything okay? Seth asks. Yep. I've got it all under control. Somehow my voice stays steady. It's not technically a lie. I do need to go, though. I just got to my dorm and I have to prepare for tomorrow. Okay. Worry starts to creep into his voice. I've got this, Seth, I say, pulling my keycard from my bag. It's understandable you're concerned, but I'm fine. I'm actually excited about this year. You're the only person I know who's excited about getting their master's degree. That's because it's interest. And would you look at that, time to go. Sorry to cut off your psych talk. Your sincerity is overwhelming. I deadpan. Well, how's this for sincere? I'm proud of you, Zach. I appreciate the sentiment, but it reminds me of why I chose CU for my grad program in the first place. Thank you. The door clicks open. Talk soon. Anytime. Once inside, I make my way to the elevator and head straight up to my dorm. The bare private room is... well, okay, it's tiny. But it's a welcome sight. And even more exciting is the small attached bathroom. My own bathroom. No more timing my day around the schedules of the other people occupying my floor. No more rushed 2-minute showers. My head drops back at the sweet relief that floods through me. I take a shower to wash plain and baby vomit off me, then dress in fresh clothes and comb down my black hair so it doesn't dry at weird angles. I make my bed, set up my laptop on the desk, and hang my clothes one by one. When I'm finally done, the room feels a little more comfortable. Still bare and small, and missing Seth's presence, but it's mine. The first time I've ever been completely self-sufficient. Dear God, what have I done? No, nope, this is good. This is... fine. After checking my maps twice, I walk down to the closest coffee shop. The earlier stress of the day is trying to take hold, and I won't let it better me. No. I am a master of emotion. And even if I'm here, alone, metaphorically lost, I can do this. The barista at the cafe is far too friendly and chatty, filling every pause with useless small talk. I'll never understand people's discomfort with silence. Silence is my happy place. As soon as my order is up, I send her a quick smile of thanks and leave. Fast. I like people well enough. I just don't like talking to them. The path I follow leads around the corner to what looks like a main thoroughfare onto campus. There are large trees lining either side of the wide path, and cute benches set periodically along the way. It's unexpectedly cozy, considering everything else I've seen of CU. I think I found my new people-watching spot. Or creepy lookout point, as Seth calls it. I like the way people interact. And it's even better when their expressions and reactions aren't what I'm expecting. It's fascinating to watch. As I take a seat and sip my drink, contentment settles over me. This was a good choice. Social psychology is my comfort zone, even if it meant leaving my physical comfort zone to pursue it. There are so many positives to being here, and even if the rest of campus is a bit of an eyesore, I'm sure I'll grow to love it. Yes. My positive mindset has completely turned the day around. Emotions are only a transient state, and I've tricked myself back into being Splat. I jerk. What the? A white streak hits my glasses before I flinch as something wet lands on my head. I stare at the offending mark for a moment, trying to work out... Oh. My gut sinks as I snatch my glasses off and jump from the bench, looking for the guilty bird. Which is ridiculous because without my glasses on, I'm practically blind. Well, to anything farther than a few feet away. What are the damn chances? I try to calm myself, but my insides quake with injustice. All I wanted was a coffee and a quiet moment where people ignored me, and I sat and watched, absorbed in them. Instead, my cheeks heat as I quickly check no one is watching. My main goal for Colchester was to go as unnoticed as possible, so of course a bird would choose me to land a projectile on within hours of arriving on campus. I've changed my mind. This is the icing on my day. No, this isn't going to get to me. I'm going to shower again and forget this. I will not take this as a sign that Colchester University hates me. Because that would be irrational. Bird poop is supposed to be good luck after all. And even if I don't believe in that nonsense, there's no reason why I can't look at the positivity in that belief. This was a random, statistically possible event. I will not cry. Please tell me that's bird shit on your face and not something else white and creamy. But that voice, most definitely, is not possible. No, not now. I struggle through my inhale as I turn to see the twin brother of my best friend watching me, and clearly trying to hold back a laugh. What's that saying? Fuck my life. Yes, quite sincerely, fuck this version of my life. Foster Grant is possibly the most attractive man I've ever seen, and so, based on the trajectory my life has taken this morning, it makes total sense he'd find me like this. Yes, thank you. Thank you? What in sweet hell am I thanking him for? My cheeks are basically blazing at this point, and I remind myself emotion is transient. Emotion is controllable. But chemistry isn't. And the explosion of it that short-circuits my nerve endings when Foster's around is completely out of my control. Having a rough start? Foster asks, clearly trying to backtrack on his original statement. Your attempt at relating is useless when I'm still the one wearing bird shit. I hurry to pick up my coffee, which is thankfully unsoiled, and start back in what I hope is the direction of Albany Hall. Positives, Zach. Positives. To hell with positives. Why is this happening to me? Foster easily matches my quick strides. I'd say you're shit out of luck this morning. And I'd say you're hilarious. Except, oh yes, still covered. I can see that. I risk a quick look in his direction to find him staring at my face. Well, the mess on my face. He gives me a wide grin, the kind of smile he's always teased me with, that makes my knees turn the consistency of Jell-O. Is there any reason you're continuing to torment me? I'm attempting to make a getaway. Yeah, my day just got a whole lot more interesting. I'm glad I could be of service to you. Now where on earth is my dorm? You look lost. I'm not. He smirks but stays silent. I'm not. Well, it's a good thing you're not heading for Albany Hall, then. I pull out my phone. Yep, wrong way. Again. I'm taking the scenic route. Foster laughs, and I have to swallow around the lump building in my throat. Wait. I stop suddenly. How did you know which dorm is mine? Lucky guess. His deep brown eyes flick left. Oh, no. No. You were looking for me. No offense, Zach, but why would I be looking for you? Seth told you I was coming here, didn't he? He scratches his neck. It might have come up. It came up? I bet it came up when Seth asked Foster to keep an eye on me. I press my lips tight to keep the frustration inside. Well, you can report back that you checked in and I'm fine. Minus the bird shit. Yes, minus the hilarious bird shit. I'd appreciate it if you left that part out. Something crosses Foster's face that I don't want to delve into right now. If it's sympathy or pity, I don't want to know. I also can't stand here looking at him much longer anyway. Because I'm mentally tallying all the ways he's grown up since spring break when I saw him last. I'd stayed in Vermont with Seth's family instead of flying home to Wisconsin. How can Foster have gotten that much more attractive? Well, he kicks the path as his attention catches on a group of guys heading in our direction, wearing navy and silver windbreakers. Ugh, hockey players. I'm here if you need me. I appreciate the sentiment, even if it is an empty one. And I know Seth thinks I need babysitting, but contrary to that, I can look after myself. There should be no reason why we'd need to cross paths. Foster frowns. If that's how you want it. It is. I flee before his friends have the chance to catch up to us. I'd like to get through today with the tiniest bit of dignity I have left. What was on that kid's face? I hear one of the guys ask. So much for dignity.
Chapter 3. Foster. Classes. Oh, how I've not missed them. I love this campus. Staying here over summer break when all I had to do was play hockey was amazing. Now it's back to lecture halls and essays. Fun times. Though, thanks to Seth and his organizational wizardry, he showed me how to plan my 4-year degree so I could defer all the easy subjects and take the senior classes earlier, giving me more time this year to focus on hockey and the NHL contract I'm chasing instead of academics. I entered the lecture hall for a junior sports psychology class, and my teammate Jacobs waves me over to where he's sitting in the middle row. Someone bumps into me from behind. Sorry. I turn and stare down into the green eyes of the guy who apparently wants nothing to do with me. Zach? He adjusts his thick-framed glasses. Foster, what are you? He glances around the class that's rapidly filling with mostly jocks, then slumps. Sports psychology. Should have figured. What are you? Everyone take your seats. The loud, booming voice of Professor Lawrence fills the space. I expect Zach to leave, but instead he follows the professor down to the floor and sits at the desk in front. Mr. Grant, unless you intend to stand for the next 90 minutes, would you mind finding a spot? Professor Lawrence asks. He had me freshman year for a class I dropped after only a week. Clearly I'm memorable. Everyone in the class snickers. Zach makes eye contact with me, and I feel his stare the entire way to my seat next to Jacob's. Who's the kid? He whispers. I shrug. Then I immediately feel bad. It's not like I don't know him, but it's also clear he doesn't want my help even if Seth insists he needs it, so whatever. Our eyes lock, but he quickly turns away. His cheeks are a little flushed, and he focuses so hard on the laptop screen in front of him I can only figure he's watching porn. No man focuses that hard on a computer screen for anything else. Then again, this is Zach. From what Seth's told me, chances are he's got coursework on his screen right now. Probably more appropriate for class. What I don't understand is, my TA this semester is Zach Sawyer. His contact details are on the website and on the information sheet being passed around right now. If you need to get in contact with me outside of office hours, you go through him. Zach hands out papers to the front row to take and pass backward. He's the TA for this class. Sports psychology. Sports and Zach? Jacobs leans in. Are we in the right room? What does that kid know about sports? Even though I was thinking the same thing, hearing it from someone else makes me growly. He did his undergrad in 3 years and is doing his master's in psych. I'm sure he can handle it. I'm actually not sure he can handle it, but for some reason I have the urge to defend him. Because Seth asked me to? Because of something else? I don't know. So you do know who he is? He's my brother's friend. I barely know him. I feel Jacob's eyes on me while I keep watching Zach. He keeps his head down. His graphic tee and jeans suit him, but maybe that's because it's all I'm used to seeing him wear. It's weird. He somehow lacks confidence, but exudes an I-don't-care attitude at the same time. Maybe I didn't handle the bird shit incident as well as I could have. I probably should have helped him instead of finding it amusing, but I don't think that's the reason he told me to stay away. I honestly think he doesn't want me hanging around him, and that fascinates me. Uh-oh, Jacob says. I know that look. You're not allowed to bang the TA. I shush him with an elbow to the gut. Dude, what? It's not like no one knows about you, not after you made out with that frat guy at the Kappa party last year. I did more than make out with him, but...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?